All right. I played a trick on you. Day 24 is actually going to be about putting all this together, right? Putting a bow on this thing. So tomorrow we'll be looking at Process Vault, which is pretty simple. Those are going to be some quick lessons just to get you familiar with Process Vault. But on day 24 here, we are putting it all together. And one of the things that we learned back in Hiring Vault is just like how we have to have a consistent lead flow for our LSPs to be able to write business, we also have to have a constant recruiting flow for our agency. Otherwise, really, at the end of the day, we've just bought a job, right? And we don't want to do that. So we want to grow, we want to hit bonus, we want to do all these things that are the luxuries of being an agency owner. So we have to put gas in the car which is our agency. We got to make it run. And the only way we make it run and we gain leverage is by having a team. And we want a good team. If we have folks that are writing 8 to 12,000 in premium, then they're doing a third of what they could be doing if they were really killing it. And we need them to be at that next level, right? So one thing that we have to do is we have to become efficient. So open your calendar, open your Outlook web access calendar right now and start using it. Schedule a reminder and block out times to dedicate to interviewing. Some of our most successful Allstate clients, our agency clients, spend up to 30% of their time on recruiting. It's your agency's lifeline. That's not a joke. It's one of your most important pieces. Some of the giant agents, the big megas in this country have their own recruiters, right? If you don't have scale, if you can't afford that right now, then that's you, right? But that's one of the most important pieces of your agency. Things don't change if things don't change, right? We got to make some changes here. So block out your training time and you got to stick to it. Come hell or high water, you must train your staff on the art of selling as a trusted advisor, using those 7 steps to being a trusted advisor. You want to move them from these $8,000 to $12,000 average producers to 20 to 30, 40,000 in premium a month. And they can do it. They just need quote volume and they just need to get better at closing. So here's a suggestion on how to have your team digest the content once you've kind of gone through it with your current team for the first time, right? If you've done all the steps leading up to today, then they've certainly seen this as you've gone through and used some of the handouts and worksheets for their training schedule, right? But now they've gone through it, they've seen it, but they don't remember most of it, because you've just touched on it once. So the whole premise behind spaced repetition learning is to continually and consistently put this in front of them and keep going back to it. Spaced repetition, it works. So on a weekly basis, you're gonna wanna block out at least three times a week. You block it out an hour in the morning. I mean, you could do as little as 15 minutes, but you got to do something, right? You can do it. You can do 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. Typically, a lot of the more powerful agents are blocking out an hour and really going into it with them, right? So pick one step that you're going to work on for that week and use it and touch on it every day of the week or each day that you meet. You print out those. Have them bring that week's worksheet. They've seen it before. They're going to do it again. Spaced repetition, right? You're going to have them with the blank, the one with the blank spaces, and you're going to have the one with the answers. And you sit up on the board, and if you have a whiteboard, if you don't have a whiteboard, get a whiteboard, and just go through it and talk to them, coach them. They want to be coached. They want to be trained. So often, we act as if we're one of them. We're so busy that we can't see through the weeds, and they need us. The reason why the average LSP in our organization is writing 8,000 in premium is because nobody's training them. If you think binding authority is going to get them there, it's not. So this is what you need to do to massively grow your agencies, right? Have them role play each piece, break it up. You're not just rushing through this thing. If let's say you're on objections, and you're going through the 7 steps to overcoming any objection, you're going to spend time on each one of those, right? Hey, Jim, give me an example. Great. Johnny, give me an example. Great. Jill, give me an example, right? You're going to go through it, and you're going to have each one of them work on that with you. You will see your team's improvements right away. Right away. They go out. We just finished one this morning, and one of the gals that was on it, she said, "Wow, I was just on fire afterwards, pumped up." And that's what you want, right? They want to be led. You can't lead your team to success if you're not leading them to success. So, and after a few weeks or months, years, they're going to own this thing, and you will be improving their livelihood by teaching them how to sell at this level. It's going to change the game. You're not going to hear them complaining about gas or whatever, right? They're going to be making the money, and they're making you money. So tomorrow, this time I promise, we'll be talking about day 25, which will be looking at process vault. These are going to be some real quick lessons just to get you through and familiar with some of the features over in process vault. Thanks, guys.